Sixes Monster Mash!
Okay, so the movie stars Jonathan Hayes as the lovable but also very airbrained Seymour Krelboyne, and Jackie Joseph as Seymour's love interest of the film, Audrey Fulquard. Seymour works at a flower shop for Audrey's father, and let me tell you something here, folks. Her dad is a real dick. He's always getting on Seymour's case and always blaming him for sales being shit. Like, seriously, everything Seymour does in this man's eyes is wrong, and he definitely lets him know a time or two. He actually fires Seymour, but then Seymour tells him that he has some special kind of plant. So Mr. Gravis Mushnick, aka Dad, played by Mel Wells, gives him one final chance that he shortly comes to regret. So Seymour returns home after being fired and whatnot to his old, sick drunk of a mother. Man, Seymour just has all the problems in this movie. Damn. Okay, so Seymour brings his special plant to the shop that no one knows what it's called, but from the looks of it, it definitely looks to be a Venus flytrap. He shows his boss, Mr. Mushnick, his secret plant, Audrey Jr., after the love of his life. Mr. Mushnick basically just laughs in Seymour's face, and then some crazy dude that's eating flowers. Yes, he's eating plants. It's fucking Dick Miller, or Richard if you'd prefer. Dick tells Mr. Mushsack that if Seymour can nurse the plant back to health, he knows for certain that people would travel miles around to see this amazing plant. And that, folks, is when Seymour discovers some dark secrets behind this mysterious plant. Seymour's just sitting there in the shop after close, just kind of hanging out, and he accidentally pricks himself on another plant, and some of the blood drips into the fly trap. And this is where Seymour discovers that the plant eats blood. The next day, Seymour goes into work, and the plant is all the rage. Everyone is talking about it, and Mr. Mushnick is happier than a pig in shit. Out of nowhere, the plant suddenly looks like it's dying, and this sends Mr. Mushnick through the roof. Then Seymour tells him that the plant will be better in the morning. So after being harassed by the now talking flytrap, Seymour goes out into the night just to try to think of what to do next. And he sees a bottle just chilling on a ledge and tries to hit it with a couple of rocks. He fails. Then he picks up this huge rock and just hurls it into the air. And then, out of nowhere, some guy just pops up from behind the ledge that the bottle was sitting on and just gets the ever-living shit knocked out of him. And then he gets up and stumbles right into an oncoming train. With that being said, Seymour freaks out and picks up all the pieces of the body, puts them into a bag for some reason. Maybe he subconsciously knew he was going to feed the body parts to the plant, because yes, folks, that's exactly what he does. He feeds the old homeless drunk man to the plant, which by now is almost a foot tall. Holy shit, plant cannibalism, what in the actual fuck? So, Seymour has a toothache, and just like anyone else, he goes to the dentist. And what do you know, he accidentally kills the dentist too. Could you imagine that? Jack Nicholson plays a short role of a patient in a dentist's office. He's literally in the movie for like 7 minutes tops. Doesn't get killed or anything, just pops up for a second. For some reason the DVD says that the movie stars Jack Nicholson, yet he's barely in the movie for 10 minutes. What the fuck? Seymour brings the dentist back to the shop to feed Audrey Jr. once again. I failed to mention that the first victim, the drunk on the train tracks, Mr. Mushnick actually saw Seymour feed the body parts to the plant. He is the only person other than Seymour that knows about the plant's lust for blood. The day after Seymour feeds the dentist to the plant, he comes into work and he notices that the plant has pretty much tripled in size, and the people are just in awe of the monstrous plant. Mr. Mushnick is at the shop alone tonight with Audrey Jr. when he falls asleep, only to be violently awoken by Audrey Jr. screaming, "Feed me!" Then I guess it's Audrey Jr.'s lucky day, or night, because a robber just comes strolling into the store. After he discovers where Mr. Mushnick was poorly hiding, he calls him out and demands him to give him all the store's cash at gunpoint. Mr. Mushnick cleverly tells him that the money is hidden inside the big plant. The dumbass robber takes the bait, falls for it completely, and goes headfirst into the mouth of the monster flytrap. It's dinner time! So after Seymour gives the plant a piece of his mind, Audrey Jr. shows him who is actually really in control here. He is. The plant, that's right, is totally in control, and he hypnotizes Seymour and makes him go out in the night to find more food yet again. Seymour runs into a hooker on the dark streets and accidentally, yes, once again, accidentally kills her with a fucking giant stone. Again. So, you know what happens next. So the big day is here, and it's time to award Seymour with his trophy for the monstrous wonder that is Audrey Jr. It's showtime, and all buds are in bloom, only to reveal all the victims' faces in each one of the flowers. Then the chase for Seymour is on. Then, after the angry mob basically loses track of old Seymour, we cut away to Seymour back at the shop for one last final stand with the flytrap. He's fed up with Audrey's bullshit at this point, and he says, "I'm gonna feed you like you've never been fed before." Then Seymour grabs a giant knife and climbs inside Audrey. Then Seymour's mom, Audrey, Mr. Mushnick, and even the detectives that were searching for him go into the shop after the long search, only to see Seymour's face in one of the flowers. And in his dying breath he says, "I didn't mean it," in a super pitiful tone. It's hilarious. Pretty strange film, pretty quirky, but I definitely recommend it if you like older horror films. It's a must-see. Not the best film ever, but it sure is a classic in its own right, and definitely holds up. Anyways, thanks for watching, folks, and happy Halloween!